Every day, thousands of tourists come here, but some are delighted, while others are sure they wasted their money. So is it worth going to this hotel? Let's find out. Welcome to Club Med Punta Cana. Club Med Punta Cana is a real piece of tropical paradise just 5 minutes from the airport. Here you will find a white sandy beach, turquoise sea, and a huge green area with pools and a water park. For adults, there are bright evening shows, sports, and cocktails by the sea, while children will be thrilled with the kids' clubs and the unique creative circus school. The food is diverse, from fresh tropical fruits to themed restaurants with dishes from around the world. This resort is perfect for a family vacation where everyone can find something special. The hotel's rating is 4.6 on Google and 4.4 on TripAdvisor. However, even such a popular hotel has its downsides, which can significantly influence your choice. Let's take a closer look at all the pros and cons of the hotel so that you can make the right decision. But before we start, I'd like to ask you to subscribe to our channel and support this video with likes and comments. Thank you. At first glance, the beach of this hotel looks like paradise. White soft sand, picturesque palm trees, and the turquoise waters of the Caribbean Sea. I was simply enchanted. However, soon I discovered the unpleasant side of this idyll. The shore was regularly covered with seaweed. In the mornings, the staff tried to remove it, but within a few hours, the waves would bring in another portion. On some days, the beach looked frankly dirty. The shoreline was covered with rotting seaweed, which spoiled the view and the desire to swim. The sea was not always clear and calm either. Sometimes the water became murky, there were noticeable waves, not the perfect calm azure coast I was expecting. Nevertheless, there were also lucky days when everything was perfect. No seaweed, the water clear and calm, and then I enjoyed swimming in the warm turquoise waves. There were enough sunbeds on the beach, many placed in the natural shade of palm trees, so finding a spot was never a problem. Credit must be given to the staff. Every morning, they really did clean the shore with a tractor and took away tons of seaweed, but nature always won. In the end, the beach left me with mixed impressions. The place itself is magnificent, but the constant seaweed and occasional dirt seriously spoiled the picture. Maybe the hotel grounds will impress me more? I am still glad how quickly we got there. From Punta Cana Airport to the hotel reception, literally 5 minutes by transfer. The territory of Club Med Punta Cana is huge and very well planned. It feels like the hotel owns a whole piece of tropical paradise. Everywhere there are well-kept gardens, bright flowers, trimmed bushes. Lawns and palm trees are kept perfectly clean. There is no trash anywhere, and the overall aesthetics are top-notch. Guests have access to several large pools, including a gorgeous adults-only pool where I relaxed several times in silence with a cocktail in hand. A new water park with slides has recently opened where we had a great time racing with the kids. The only drawback is that the main pool closes already at 6 p.m., so there's no evening swimming. Otherwise, the resort's infrastructure is excellent. Everything you need for a holiday, from shops and a spa to sports areas, and even a small medical center, is on site. Friends, if you have already stayed at Club Med Punta Cana, write in the comments what you liked and what you didn't. I'd love to discuss it. Meanwhile, let's go to lunch. I was left with mixed feelings about the food at Club Med Punta Cana. On the one hand, it's impossible to stay hungry here. There's food at any time of day. Various buffets, several a la carte restaurants, snack bars, so the choice is huge. Many things were really tasty. I still remember the fresh tropical fruits at breakfast and the divine signature passion fruit cocktail at the bar. I recommend everyone to try it. But on the other hand, don't expect haute cuisine. Some dishes were frankly disappointing. Sometimes the meat was overcooked, sometimes the fish was bland, and once I was even served a dinner missing half of the listed ingredients. Service in the restaurants was also inconsistent. Sometimes we ordered drinks and waited until the end of the meal without ever getting them. Overall, the food is a solid 4 out of 5. Hearty, with a big selection and something for everyone. But gourmets might miss sophistication. By the way, it was nice that besides pizza and burgers, there were always local Dominican dishes. In general, the food is decent for all-inclusive, but I want to highlight the desserts separately. Every evening they were outstanding. I always indulge in cakes and tropical mousses, which made me gain a couple of extra kilos. And now, after such a lunch, it's time to relax in the room. Unfortunately, the rooms at Club Med Punta Cana didn't impress me at all. Our very first room brought an unpleasant surprise. Upon entering, we discovered water leaking from the bathroom ceiling, and a large puddle had already formed on the floor. We immediately went to reception, and what especially annoyed me was the attitude. The manager, who at first seemed to listen to our problem, suddenly turned around and just left without even trying to help. We had to spend about an hour more to get a solution, and only then were we finally moved to another room. Honestly, by that time my mood for vacation had disappeared. I just wanted to pack my things and leave. The new room turned out a bit better, at least without leaks and with a working air conditioner. But still, the overall condition of the accommodation was disappointing. The rooms are frankly old, and some furniture is shabby. There was a damp feeling. The air conditioner barely coped. In the hottest weather, the room temperature was just on the edge of comfort. Of course, after all that, there was no point in talking about small things like decor. But okay, I'll mention something good. The mattress was very comfortable, my wife and I slept well, the room was cleaned every day, and we always had plenty of towels, but that's about it. So if the quality of accommodation is important to you, keep in mind, the rooms at Club Med Punta Cana are the hotel's main downside. It's hard to say one thing about the staff because they were both amazing people and real disappointments. Let me start with the good. Many employees literally made our vacation. The atmosphere at Club Med Punta Cana is special. The entertainers keep everyone energized from morning to night, chatting, organizing activities. I met a dozen employees daily, and most of them were friendly, smiling, and really tried to help and entertain. I especially want to praise the guys at the bars and restaurants. Their work was amazing. The kids, club team, are true heroes. I'll tell you more about them later. You can feel that many employees genuinely love their job and put their heart into it. Thanks to such people, the resort has a friendly, cheerful atmosphere. But unfortunately, there were also unpleasant moments. Some workers disappointed us with their attitude. In addition, not all staff spoke English well. Sometimes it was hard to explain, so I can't say that the staff is the hotel's strong point. However, for a great vacation, what really matters are the activities and positive emotions, not just high-quality service. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about now. If you think adults will be bored in a family hotel, let me dispel your doubts. At Club Med Punta Cana every evening, they had some kind of program for us. After dinner, we usually went to the central area where there was either live music or a show in the theater. And I must admit, the shows were really good, very cool and professional. Dance performances, comedy sketches, music nights, something new every day, we never got bored. For those who wanted more, there was a nightclub, a small club on the property where you could dance after 11 p.m. There are also plenty of activities for adults: aqua aerobics, yoga, beach volleyball, water polo. If you want, you can join games from morning till evening. Club Med Punta Cana left me with mixed impressions. The beach was beautiful, but seaweed often spoiled the picture. The territory, however, was delightful. Huge, well-kept, with pools, a water park, and many walking areas. The food deserves a solid 4. Plenty of choice, always something tasty, but don't expect restaurant-level quality. The main downside, the rooms. They're old, sometimes in poor condition, and the service during check-in left a bad impression. The staff was also inconsistent. Some employees created a wonderful mood, while others, on the contrary, disappointed. Entertainment for adults was excellent. Concerts, shows, sports, and even a disco made sure we never got bored. But this resort especially pleased families with children. Kids clubs, circus school, and the water park made the vacation truly unforgettable for the little ones. Overall, I'd say it's a great choice specifically for a family vacation where children will be happy and safe, while adults can relax and enjoy the atmosphere. However, those who value comfortable rooms, luxury, and high-level service should be prepared that this is not what you'll find here. Friends, but the final choice is always yours, and only you can decide whether it's worth going to this hotel or not. And while you're thinking, I recommend checking out our other videos about Dominican hotels. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave likes and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our new reviews. And with that, I say goodbye. See you again in a new hotel.